Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we have a little bit of different video for this channel because today I'm going to show you how to make charm bracelet bookmarks. Here are a few examples of ones that I've made in the past and I am just so obsessed with making these. I learned how to do this because we did this for an event at the bookstore and I am just so obsessed. I keep making them, I keep giving them to people because they are just the cutest, girliest bookmarks in the whole world. One thing I did want to say is that all of my stuff is very pink and girly. One, because that's just my aesthetic, that's what I love, and also we did this as a Valentine's Day event at the bookstore, so everything is very pink. But you can do this for any style that you like. I know at least on Amazon, that's where I got all of this stuff, you can get all kinds of different charms and themes of charms. You can do a Disney one, you can do a beach one, you can do whatever color combination you like. There's so many options to choose from and so many ways to personalize these and make them your own, but of course the ones that I made are very pink and girly. I got everything that I used from Amazon. I'm going to link it down below in an Amazon shop, and I'm going to try to link some other options for different papers and different charms so that you can make it any color that you would like, but just know that you can personalize these to whatever your aesthetic is, and I'm so excited to show you all how to do this. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. Alright, I have all my materials lined up. For this tutorial you need two 5-inch bottlenose jewelry pliers, you need a mini 1/16 of an inch hole punch, you need plain acrylic bookmarks, double-sided scrapbook paper. Double-sided is the key feature here, which I will show you in a second. You need 2 sizes of jump rings, charms. I found all of my charms on Amazon. There are so many cute options and so far the quality has been great as well. You need your chain that you're going to attach the charms to. I chose a paper clip chain because I just think it's the prettiest, but there are so many options to choose from. You also need Mod Podge, scissors, a paintbrush, a pencil, and wire cutters. Our first task is to prep the actual bookmark itself, so we are going to peel the plastic off of both sides of the bookmark. Then we are choosing our paper. So as you can see here, both sides have a pattern on them. I'm actually choosing this one that I had already made one from just because I loved the pattern so much. We are going to line up our bookmark with the bottom of the sheet and we are going to trace the outline of the bookmark. You want to really hold the bookmark down to make sure that it's not moving while you're tracing it. This is where a pencil will come in handy because you won't be able to see the line, but the pen works fine as well. We are then going to cut out the shape of the bookmark. I'm taking care to cut on the inside of that pink line so that I don't have that outline, but again with a pencil you could just erase that. You don't have to be as perfect with it, but I'm just making sure that I'm cutting on that line all the way around, and then I'm going to bring you a little closer and we are going to use our Mod Podge. I am using the matte clear drying Mod Podge and we are going to start painting our bookmark. So the key to this is that you want a thin layer because if you do it too thick then you will be able to see it through the clear bookmark. However, it will dry fast and so you want a good coating on there as you're painting it on. We want to pay attention to the edges as well because the paper will try to lift off the bookmark if we don't get those edges covered with the glue pretty well. I usually get it on my fingers but it's totally fine, it just washes off, and then up around the top as well. You also want to make sure you're not leaving those brush strokes on there because sometimes you can see that on the page as well. So before I put my paper on, I'm just going through and smoothing everything out. Then it's time to place our paper on. I want the pink brocade to be on the front and so I'm going to place that directly onto the glue. Again, you can see both sides of it, but the front side is going to be where you can see it through the clear bookmark. You have about 10 seconds to move it around if you don't place it perfectly the first time, and then I'm just pressing it in to make sure it's all stuck down. I have a little excess on the bottom and on the sides, but we can cut that off later once it dries. We're going to set that aside to dry and now we're going to work on our chain. So I am trying to figure out which charms I want. I have 2 different options. You want to make sure that you're testing the placement of the charms and laying it out the way you want. This is going to help you while you're actually making it. I really am liking the look of these butterflies and I feel like the butterflies look best with this pattern, so I think let's go for the butterflies. Now I'm going to measure out my chain length, and the best thing to do is to measure the length of your bookmark and then you are going to leave yourself about about 2 inches beyond that, just to give yourself a little bit of working room. Then we're going to take our wire cutters. A bit of a disclaimer that these are the wire cutters that I found in my dad's toolbox, and so a pair of jewelry cutters is going to work a lot better for you, but this is what I'm working with. And now we have our chain all complete, and we can move on to our charm. So here's where the 2 versions of jump rings come in. You're going to want a 4 or 5 millimeter jump ring for the charms, and then you're going to want an 8 or 10 millimeter jump ring for the actual bookmark. There are also 2 kinds of jump rings, ones that come closed and ones that come already opened up, like you can see here. For the sake of the tutorial, I am just going to use the ones that are closed so that I can show you how to open it, and just know that if your jump rings come open, you can skip the opening step. There are definitely pros and cons to both. As you will see, we have to find the seam to the closed jump ring, and it can be a little harder to see, and so it gives you one less step to use the open ones. However, I find that the ones that come closed seem to close up better than the ones that come open, but it's totally up to you. Both work perfectly fine. And then, very important, we need 2 pairs of the pliers, and you'll see as we go along, but it is very important that you get 2. Starting off, we are actually going to work from the bottom up, and so we are going to put a charm on the very last link of our chain, and that's going to let it hang really nicely. And so first off, we are going to take 1 jump ring, and I wanted to show you this trick. If you have longer nails and you can't pick it up, you just place your finger on it, and normally I can get it picked up that way. We are going to take 1 pair of the pliers and grab a hold of the jump ring, and what you have to do is find the seam of it. So you can see here there's one tiny little seam at the top, and that's what we are going to use to split our jump ring. So we're going to take our second pair of pliers, grab a hold of that other side, and then we're going to twist, and that opens the jump ring. Easy as that. We are then going to take our paperclip chain. We're going to slide that last link onto the jump ring just like that, and then I'm going to take my bottom charm and just slide that on as well. I have not found that it matters if you put it on front or back. You can always play around with that if you want to put it on different sides of the chain link, but then we're going to take our other set of pliers, grab a hold of that other side, and twist back and put that jump ring back together. And voila! We have our very first charm on. Being at the bottom just makes it hang really pretty, and I always love the way that it looks. For this specific chain, I liked to skip 2 rings and then put it on the 3rd one. So again, we are taking that jump ring, finding the seam, grabbing our other set of pliers, and twisting to open. I'm going to grab my chain, and then again, my charm is on the bottom one. We're going to count up 2 and put it on the 3rd one, hook that through, and then I'm going to take my next charm and slide that on as well. Grab our second set of pliers, grasp the other side, and twist back to close. And voila! Easy as that. So as you can see, these open jump rings just look like they have been pre-twisted open. I'll leave both of them linked down below for you. One more time, we're going to twist open, grab that chain, grab that charm, and twist back. I'm going to finish the rest of this chain, and then I'll be back. Here is my finished chain with all of my charms on it. I just love the way that all the butterflies look so much. Now we are going to take our dried bookmark, and I'm just going to trim off that excess that I saw on the sides like that, just to make it look totally perfect. Then we are going to take our hole punch, and as you can see, there is a little tiny opening on the top of the bookmark where it's just the paper. That is where we are going to punch our hole. So we're not trying to punch through the acrylic, we're just taking that over top of the paper and punching our tiny little hole. I try to get mine in the center, but it really doesn't matter which way you do it. Then we are taking our larger jump ring. This is where you're going to use your 8 or your 10 millimeter jump ring. Both work totally fine. This is what we are going to attach our chain to the bookmark with. It's the same process of twisting it open. Then we are just going to thread that through the hole. This is why we need a bigger ring, because you have to get it down onto that bookmark. Then we are going to take our chain, and I like to leave at least 3 or 4 links on top of my last charm, because we want this to be able to lay over top of the book. Again, you can play around with it, see what you like better. So then I'm just taking my pliers and twisting that that shut. I also like to take one of my pliers and go on the sides of it and squeeze it shut just to make sure that it is totally shut and it's not going to fall off or catch on anything. And then as you can see, it'll be a little longer than the bookmark, but again, that's what we want because we want it to hang off of our book. Then we're taking our handy dandy wire cutters and we are just cutting off that excess, and we are done with our beautiful bookmark. I love it. I'm going to show you what it looks like on a book. So you just slide your bookmark in, close your book, and then leaving that little bit of an excess makes that it will hang over top of the front of your book, and it just looks so beautiful. I'm just obsessed with making these, and it turned out perfectly every time. Our finished bookmark is complete and I am just so obsessed. I love the way that the butterflies turned out. I just think it's so pretty, and I think that this pattern looks really good with the butterflies, so I'm so happy with how it turned out. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. We do a lot of book themed crafts at the store, so I could do more book themed crafts how-tos on this channel. If you were interested in that, let me know if you are, and I could definitely do a few more videos like that. But I knew I at least wanted to do this one for you because you could do this for yourself. You could start an Etsy shop and do it if you want a little side hustle. You can make it for presents. You could do a girls' night in with all of your besties and do bookmark charm bracelet chains. So again, so many ways to personalize it and make it your own, but I think it turned out so cute, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video very soon.